Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Hello, everyone. A horse is a horse, of course, unless the horse is a horse, of course. I think I screwed it up already. You know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'll stop horsing around and get right to the point. What we have here today is. Sorry, my voice is a little scratchy. Um, Not scratchy. It's what is it? It's a little hoarse. Sorry about that. Uh, you wouldn't believe how long it took me to set this up for you guys. I had one of these horses up here, which was hooked to another horse, fall. And it just so happened that each of these horses took the other one down with it. And it hit this row, and all of those fell. And then it hit this row, and they all fell. And then it hit. I swear to you, if I was bowling, it would have been a perfect strike. So I set it up again, and guess what happened? I picked up this. Was it this gray one? No, it was this brown one. And it was not sitting up. It was like kind of leaning on the other one. So I picked it up, and I guess my hand hit that, and boop, 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 boom. So this has been quite challenging. I guess I'm not very, I don't have good manual dexterity or hilarity for that matter. My plan was to open this with saying, "Hello, Wilbur." And those of you old enough will remember the show Mr. Ed, starring Alan Young. By the way, I saw the Mr. Ed horse on the freeway. You're like, so? There was a pickup truck, towing a trailer, and I saw this horse looking out the window. There's like 3 windows in the front of the trailer. And I saw the horse looking out the window. And then on the side of the trailer, it said the famous Mr. Ed. And I thought, oh, that's cool. But they had more than one horse play Mr. Ed. So I don't know which one I saw. But that was kind of neat. When you're a little kid, stuff like that is exciting. I think one of the most exciting things I'd seen in my neighborhood was I think I was up around where the Big T supermarket was. They called it the Big T because it was called Thrifty Mart, and it had a giant neon T at the beginning of the name Thrifty Mart. So we just always called it the Big T. Anyway, I look up, and there is a dozen cavalry troopers riding horses down the street. And now, of course, they weren't authentic. They were 1950s, 60s cavalry troopers, because they had the suspenders and the yellow scarf and the NCO stripes on their trousers. So, not exactly authentic, but when I was a little kid, I didn't know. And the Tempo 7th Cavalry looked just like them. And man, did I get excited when I saw that, because I was only like 5 or 6 years old at the time. So that was pretty cool to see them. There was a lot of movie ranches not far from where I lived, but I'm not sure what they were doing in my neck of the woods, because the movie ranches were about, I don't know, 5 miles away, 8 miles away. They weren't far. Roy Rogers used to have a ranch uh, really close to where I used to live. And he sold it because it started to get too populated and overdeveloped. Where he had his ranch originally, there was a lot of orange groves nearby, and they had just over the hill, over the Santa Susana Pass, there was a movie ranch called Corriganville. And it was a movie ranch started by a race car driver named Crash Corrigan, who had done, I think he also did stunt work and stuff. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I looked him up. But there was other movie ranches in Simi Valley too, and a lot of westerns were filmed out there. And I think the Roy Rogers show was filmed out there. So he had his home there, and uh, we used to see Dale Rogers, and they had a ton of adopted children. I think their own child died, or they never had children, something to that effect. But they did adopt quite a number of children, and you would see Dale Evans out with all the. Why am I telling you all this? I started out with Mr. Ed, and then started talking about Dale Evans. Am I trying to say she was a horse face? I hope not. Dale Evans, when she was younger, was very pretty. I met her a couple times, but I think I already told you that story, so I won't tire you further with that. So what is all this about here? Iggy was, oh God, see what I just did? I hit the table and they all fell over. Should I pick them up and start over? I don't know. I don't want to. I have already talked too much. Now, these horses here, oh, I just knocked over some more. These horses here came in the Marx giant blue and gray Civil War playset. And the box came with 8 horses. And they came in 2 brown, 2 tan, 2 black, and 2 cream or ivory colors. I only have 1 cream colored horse right there. I don't know why they didn't make more. I ordered some Marx Western horses, or some people call Alamo horses, and look, they sent me all gray ones. Now these here are different colors, such as tan, black, brown, white. I don't remember white horses when I was a kid. I do remember the cream or ivory colored one. The falling horse and rider that we talked about, that came in this color. And then there's a few rarities that were done in gray, and collectors really seek out those because there's not very many of them. Over here we have Indian ponies, and there's 2 poses. And you'll notice they don't have saddles. They just have a blanket. But they do have reins. Because, the rain in Spain falls mostly in the plain and also in the Great Plains of America, apparently. So what happened to these while they were in storage? Well, I lost quite a number of them. The stirrups would break off and the tail would snap off. And I'll show, when I said quite a number of them, there's only, 6 here? But another casualty was that I just knocked over some more horses. This is just not meant to be. I don't know what to tell you. This part of their leg would snap off, their tail, and the stirrups. And I just knocked over some more horses. Oh my God. Look at all these broken. No, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? I thought that was broken parts from the, you know what that is? It's not plastic. Those are nuts. I had what they call a sundae cone, and it's vanilla ice cream on a sugar cone and then dipped in chocolate and sprinkled with nuts. So these are not the horse's nuts. Wait, maybe they are. I'm not sure. At any rate, I should have done a little housekeeping before I started the video. I'm sorry about that. I hope you're not allergic to nuts. That would be terrible. Now, these reproductions, I don't really care for the white ones or this gray color over here. I've never seen a gray horse. Is there such a thing as a gray horse? Well, to be honest, I've never seen a horse this color. They're more of a butter color. Like Trigger is, what color would you say Trigger is? He's like this, but darker. And there's a name for it. I can't think of it right now. I don't remember when I was a kid the rust-colored ones. Or these here, I don't recall either. Light gray. I don't recall any of that. I just remember this one very distinctly. And did I paint this? It's not focusing, or is that me? See what I mean? They're all just, that's a great way to end this video, isn't it? Now it's not doing it. Oh my God. Every time I say I'm going to demonstrate what happened, it doesn't do it. It's not doing it. Oh, for Pete's sake. See, now you're thinking I'm telling stories. But they all fell over. There's some more that fell over. You got to trust me on that. And I actually laughed instead of getting mad. There was no point in getting mad because, I just have to set it up again. That's all. Let's see. The Indian ponies came with a Ford Apache. I like these, what I call Mexican horses, because they were in the Alamo Playset, I remember. Because you can do like a Lone Ranger or Zorro pose. In the beginning of the Lone Ranger, he's on a rock and the horse rears up like this, and then he goes, "Hi-yo, Silver," or something to that effect. I think in Zorro, he rears up on his horse and a lightning bolt goes in the background. Now, if you go to Corrigan Ranch, the rock in which the Lone Ranger does that, you still can see it. And there's a photograph on site which will show you the exact location. And you look up from that sign and it's right in front of you. You can still see it very clearly to this day. So that's kind of cool. Now, why does Iggy have all these horses? Because I actually have more. And what's happened is that I keep forgetting that I have horses. I go, I bought some cavalry figures. I better get some horses. Well, I kept forgetting that I bought the horses already. And apparently I need to check my journal more, because if you think this is crazy, I got a ton more. So it is crazy. I guess what I could do is just buy more cavalry figures, and then I'll start forgetting that I bought those, and so on and so forth. So that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. Iggy, the horse will always be with you. That's a terrible impression. Iggy, trust the horse. The horse will be with you always. That's even worse. Never mind. Goodbye.